Hi, this is Laura Souder, and in today's class we are doing a demo of the Sweeheart Necklace. Okay, you can see a sample of it right here. Here's the tutorial. So this looks pretty similar to what I have right here. This is my sample. Okay, so you notice it's 2 strands. The short one is pearls mainly with a little bit of glass accent. Okay, the second strand is chain. Now, I had decided to make the chain considerably longer than the short necklace. You can do what you like. Here is oh, that looks pretty good. Here's a briolette. Looks a little better maybe on here. Here, we'll put it up here. Okay, briolette, which is a teardrop bead that is drilled through the top. Like this. All right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I will try to make this real simple. I would advise you to pay attention more to my measurements than the tutorial. Okay, I measured, this necklace, the short part of the necklace is actually, when all is said and done with the clasp on it is 16.5 inches. Now, that's a choker. Okay, so many of you will not want a choker. You will want to add additional length on there, and that's going to be up to you. Okay, all right. The first part, again, the pearls. I've got a strand here. This little strand of pearls is only 12 inches. They seem to do that. So you might need a little extra, or you could beef up the glass beads in the middle. Okay, we're going to use AccuFlex bead stringing wire. All right, it is 21 strands. It's kind of it has a nice drape to it. Oh, wow. I had 100 feet. That's pretty good. Okay, the size is 0.019. That's a medium. All right. This is a little bit thicker than the project called for. Most pearls will fit on this, so that's why I use it. I use it for almost everything. Okay, so I'm going to go. Okay, so what you should do, you can't see me doing this, but is take your wire, your bead stringing wire, put it around your neck, and make a decision on how long you would like that pearl section in your necklace to be. Okay? That's your job. You might want it to be 20. I really don't know. All right? My pearl section for the one that you're looking at is 14 inches. But it ended up being only 16.5 inches choker length. Okay. So, okay. All right. So, let's say I wanted 18. Okay, so that was, I'm going to make mine plenty long. Let's just cut to the quick here. I don't want to get all dicey about measurements. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 24 inches. That's plenty enough for anything. All right. Snip it with my flush cutter. I'm only needing 2 tools, flush cutter and a chain nose right now. All right, flip that over. Now, you can approach this 2 different ways. You can put your center beads on first and bead this way and bead that way. Okay, and determine what the middle is there. But in this case, and normally if I were designing a new piece, that is what I would do. Okay, but I'm not today. So what I would recommend, and again, you don't need to watch me doing this. It's not that interesting really. Okay, so what I would this is what I would do, and I'll get it started for you so you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, these are the nice crimps that come from Amazon. I absolutely love them. Okay, and I use them. I've used them for years, even before they were available like that. All right, so this is a 2 millimeter interior diameter. Okay, that's on your materials list, so don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to take this long wire. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. If I wanted this, and this is important actually. Okay, so my pearls here, this length here was 14. If you want, let's say you want a 20-inch pearl part, you will add 3 inches on each side. That would be 20 plus 3 and 3 is 26. Because you need to do some weaving back and forth. So don't make it exactly what you want. That would be a mistake. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to take a few of these. Not really very many. Okay, you're wondering, what the heck are these? Well, these are, I'm going to call them freshwater pearls. Quite honestly, these are kind of lackluster. You know, they're okay. These were actually very inexpensive. These came during a pearl sale from Fire Mountain. Okay. Now let's see where the wire is. Hard to say. It's on the floor. Okay. All right. So here we go. And I just have a lot of them. So, okay. So what I'm going to recommend is that you put approximately half of your length of beads you want. Feed them on. Then go to this little center point. Okay. And then feed this area on. Okay, I think I have a short sample here somewhere. Okay, here's, oops. Okay, tell you what. So, here we go. This is my little shorty sample. So, pretend this is the end of your long wire. All right? And you're just going to put 50% of the pearls on this wire that is plenty long enough. And again, I'm going to make this really small. This is just like the center portion. So really, this part would go all the way down to here. All right. Then I would take this little spacer. I would add my 3 accent beads. I would put another spacer. Okay, so this is kind of where we're going with that. Remember, this is really long. It's you know, it's long. It's not actually in reality short. Okay, all right. Now I'm just trying to see the focus. It seems okay. All right. So that's your center part here. Just pretend it's long. All right. Now I'm going to come with some more of these little beads. I would be putting the other half of the beads on the wire. Now, if you find you have trouble putting the pearls on, you might not even have pearls. You might have glass pearls. But if you have any trouble, I would just I don't mess with reaming beads like ever. So if it doesn't fit, I just set it aside and I just grab something else. I think it's a waste of time personally, but okay. So, all right. So let's pretend. So really, here is a little mini version of your necklace. Very, very, very short. But remember, these two ends are long. All right. Okay. So that'll keep you busy for a while. All right. Now, yeah. And don't worry about anything. Okay. Just get them on there. And then this is how I like to do it. Again, remember, this is long. I'm squeezing this crimp. I am not using a crimping plier. You notice that. I am using a chain nose plier. Okay. I'm just going to give it a squeeze. And look at that. Okay. It acts as a brake so that all those beads stay on there. Okay. All right. That's why you want to put it on first before you start. Because if you have two open ends, they're probably going to end up on the floor. Okay. So that gives you the mini version. And then you can just sort of set that aside. Now, the next part will be the chain. All right. And my chain was 20 inches. Okay. So the considerably longer. But again, this is a choker length here. This is kind of a regular length. And then you've got the drop in addition to that. Okay. So there we go. And it was 20 and it was fine. 12 and 8. Okay. And let's see. All right, so here you got this. I was going to do it in 2 steps, but I think it may take forever. So I am going to go ahead. So you understand, that's the first portion of the necklace. Don't worry about this too much. We can address that part later. All right. So I'm looking for my, I have 2 options here, but I have made my decision. I could use this 24, excuse me, it says 22, but it's 24 gauge artistic wire. I could use that to do my briolet if I wanted to, but I decided it's too close to the color of, this is actually a, I think this is hematite, but it has a titanium finish on it. It's, you know, the finish is man-made, but they're really nice, and it is a briolet because, oops, oh, no, it's not a briolet. It kind of, you know, it kind of is, but I didn't realize this is coming from front to back. So, but I'm just going to pretend it's going side to side, and that'll be close enough because that would be side to side here. Okay. Anyway, it's too close to this. So what I want to do instead is I want to use something that is contrasting. And of course, this looks great with the gunmetal chain I have. This is a, you know, just a simple cable chain, kind of fine. All right, so I'm a big believer in always doing it, overdoing it. So I don't know, I think they said 5 or 6 inches. Well, I'm going to do 8 inches. Okay. And just pretend, see, you understand. It is actually, get this out of the way. It is a briolet in the fact that it it's side, excuse me, it's I'm looking for the focus part. Here we go. Okay, so, and you've seen me do this before. Hopefully I've done it long enough. Okay, in fact, we just did this last week. So that's why I'm gonna set this over here. You know that's part of the necklace. You know that's part of the necklace. But right now I'm focused on this, all right? And this, now don't get confused here, all right? Oh boy. Okay, now. Okay, so next what I'm going to do, and you saw, remember, this is fresh off from last week. You see how I'm squeezing here? This is a thin wire. It's 24 gauge. Okay. All right, I'm going to pass it through this. I'm going to put a focal bead that looks good with it. See that right here? It's going to match these ones right there. All right. Now, let's see. Okay, so I'm not going to think about it because normally I don't think about it. So that's probably the best route. Okay, and truthfully, I am trying to position this a little bit. I want some, see, this is turquoise on one side. It has a partial, you know, metallic on it. So I want that to show. So I'm going to go like this. See? All right. And I'm going to go 90 degrees toward myself. Remember, I do this every time. I really don't. I'm going to use a round nose plier to make my bail. And I'm going to make, well, let's see. Actually, we're going to feed it right on here. So I don't want to make it huge. In other words, this will be attached to the chain in the center. All right. So I don't need a huge bail that, you know, I need to feed, I don't know, a piece of silk or strand of beads. So I don't need that. I'm going to attach it. So I'm just going to be kind of modest with my, the size of my, my loop. Okay. Does it look familiar? Yep. Okay. I can't go any further. So I'm just going to rotate my plier up and, okay, I'm going to pull the ends toward myself. All right. This is the beginning of a wire wrap, which we see, oh, very, very frequently. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I always flip it up in the air because if I don't, I feel like I've painted myself into a room and I can't get out. So I'm going to use the chain nose pliers, okay, because these are pretty delicate, the ones I'm using. And I have a nice long tail. You see that? And I'm going to start wrapping. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to wrap around this, and I'm gonna, oh yeah. Hang on. I'm sort of wrapping it backwards. Hang on. I don't really think it's an issue though. I think I'm going to continue with it that way. Okay. And then you're not looking at the front right now. Okay, here we go. Make sense? There we go. This would be the front of it. So I flipped it over. Okay. All right. And again, with practice, you get better and better. And there we go. See, that's looking pretty good. And I don't mind it coming to the side like that. If you don't like it, kind of push it to the back a little bit. No big deal. You know. All right. But I'm kind of a messy wrap appreciator, so it doesn't bother me at all. Okay, now you know we have two little tails here. I'm going to snip. These are going to snip it a little more. They're going to be in the back of the piece, and I am going to take these pliers and press the end down so it doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, and then I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? Why don't I be? Remember last week I made a little, you know, a little curly here. Well, why not? That is a really not a cheating way to get out of it, but you know, if you really have a lot of trouble, oops, I forgot something. And wouldn't you know? Okay, and I can't get out of it now. So, okay, so when the instructor makes an error, it's good for you. Okay, wow, look how nice that's going to look, though. This actually looks a lot nicer than I thought it would. Okay, but here's the deal. What I should have done is I should have, when I had my loop like this, I should have fed the chain on. Oh, makes sense? In other words, I made a whoops. I really did. But, and you know, everybody does that at some point. Sorry I had to do it in the video, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so anyway, so you've got your chain. You go, ooh, I like it. Ooh, I don't know, 22 inches. And I go, oh, there's the middle. Okay. In fact, hey, if push comes to shove, the worst case scenario is that you could put a jump ring down here. And like I say, it was meant to be, you know, you could put a jump ring in this instance and attach it. So not all is lost. But anyway, those are the basics. And I can cover, since the video is getting way longer than I wanted, I can cover the how to finish the ends in class. Okay? All right. So I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks a lot.